Once upon a time in the rolling hills of ancient Israel, there lived a young shepherd boy named David, just the youngest son of Jesse, tucked away in a quiet corner of Bethlehem. David wasn't the first anyone would expect to become a hero. While his brothers strutted about, tall, strong, impressive, David spent his days looking after sheep, playing his harp, and singing his heart out to God beneath the open sky. One day, something extraordinary happened. God sent the prophet Samuel to Jesse's house to anoint the next king of Israel. Samuel looked over every brother, each one seemingly the perfect choice, but God whispered, "Man looks at the outward appearance, but I look at the heart." And with that, Samuel anointed David, the overlooked shepherd, for a destiny no one could have imagined. Not long after, Israel faced a terrifying enemy, the Philistines. Their champion, Goliath, was a giant, towering over everyone and taunting the Israelites day after day. The bravest soldiers shrank in fear, but David, just a boy with a sling and a heart full of faith, stepped forward. He faced the giant with nothing but a stone and his trust in God. With a single, well-aimed shot, Goliath fell. It was more than a victory. It was proof that courage and faith can conquer even the greatest giants. David's name spread throughout the land. He became a hero and was brought into King Saul's court, where he played music to soothe the troubled king. But as David's star rose, Saul's jealousy grew darker. Twice Saul tried to take his life, forcing David into the wilderness, living on the run, gathering a band of loyal followers. Through all his trials, David never lost his trust in God. When given the chance to strike back at Saul, David refused, saying, "I will not harm the Lord's anointed." Eventually Saul fell in battle, and the people crowned David as their king. As king, David united the tribes of Israel, made Jerusalem his capital, and brought the Ark of the Covenant home to the sound of music and dancing. Israel grew stronger than ever, but David was far from perfect. He fell for Bathsheba, the wife of a faithful soldier, and made decisions that haunted him. When the prophet Nathan confronted him, David was crushed by guilt, crying, "I have sinned against the Lord." God forgave him, but the consequences followed, bringing pain and heartache. Yet, even in his lowest moments, David turned to God. David wrote many of the Psalms, songs of praise and struggle that echo through the ages. And God made a promise that David's kingdom would last forever, a promise fulfilled in Jesus, born from David's own line. So, from shepherd to king, from triumph to failure, David's story reminds me, no matter how imperfect I am, a heart that chases after God can change everything. If David could do it, so can I, and so can you.